There are places on our planet that feel untouched by time. Kyrgyzstan is one of them. The Celestial Mountains or Tian Shan dominate this land, their snow-capped peaks rising above endless green pastures. For centuries, Kyrgyz nomads have called these mountains home, their lives shaped by the rhythms of nature. Their story is one of resilience, freedom, and a deep connection to the land. I set out to witness a way of life that is slowly vanishing, a world where people move with the seasons, living in harmony with their animals. The Kyrgyz are keepers of ancient customs, living in yurts and herding livestock across breathtaking landscapes. The invitation to Kyrgyzstan was a call to adventure, a chance to step into a world where hospitality is sacred and the bond with nature is profound. The journey promised challenges, rough roads, unpredictable weather, few comforts, but the rewards would be immense. I wanted to experience this world firsthand, to breathe the mountain air and hear the stories of those who call it home. To be a nomad is to belong to the land, to carry history in songs, crafts, and daily rituals. The Celestial Mountains were calling, and I was ready to answer. Here, identity is shaped by the mountains, rivers, and sky. The nomad's sense of belonging is not about ownership, but about living in tune with the land. I hope to enter their world not just as an observer, but as a guest, ready to learn from their wisdom. This was more than a trip. It was a pilgrimage to the heart of Central Asia. The adventure was about to begin. The road to the high pastures, or Jaylus, is an adventure in itself. Leaving Bishkek, the city faded behind us as gravel tracks wound higher into the mountains. The landscape transformed, deep canyons, rushing rivers, and villages clinging to hillsides. The air grew thin and cool, and the modern world slipped away, replaced by raw, breathtaking beauty. Herds of horses grazed freely, shepherds guided flocks with quiet confidence. This was real life, not a postcard. The journey itself stripped away expectations, opening my heart to the grandeur of the mountains. We paused to watch a golden eagle soar, a symbol of the freedom that defines this land. Sharing bread and cheese with a roadside family, we communicated through smiles. Hospitality needs no translation. After hours of winding roads, we crested a final pass and saw Songkul Lake, sapphire water under an endless sky, yurts dotting the grasslands. The silence was profound, broken only by wind and distant sheep. This was the world of the nomads, more beautiful and peaceful than I'd imagined. The long, bumpy journey was worth every moment. We had arrived at one of Earth's most serene places, ready to begin life with the mountain people. The landscape demanded respect and offered peace in return. Here, the journey was as important as the destination. The adventure had truly begun. The yurt is the heart of nomadic life. More than a tent, it's a home and a symbol of tradition. From outside, it's a simple round structure, but inside, it's a world of warmth and color. The wooden frame and felt coverings make it portable yet sturdy, perfectly suited for a life on the move. The central opening, the tunduk, connects the family to the sky and is so important it appears on the national flag. I was welcomed into a family yurt, its floor covered in vibrant Horseback carpets, each pattern telling a story. The iron stove at the center is both hearth and kitchen, filling the space with warmth. Life here is communal, no separate rooms, just shared space and togetherness. At night, we slept side by side, the sounds of the mountains all around us. The yurt is a reminder that home is about people, not walls. Looking up through the tunduk, you see clouds by day and stars by night, a constant connection to the world outside. Ingenious and symbolic, the yurt embodies the Kyrgyz spirit. Practical, artistic, and deeply connected to nature. It's a true home under the endless mountain sky. Life on the Jaylus follows a rhythm as old as the mountains. Dawn brings the first task milking mares for kimmies, the fermented drink that fuels nomadic life. After a simple breakfast, men ride out to tend herds, sheep, goats, and horses. The family's wealth and livelihood. Shepherds and animals move as one, a dance of trust and skill across rugged terrain. Women keep the home, making cheese, butter, and felt for yurts and carpets. Each pattern a story of the land. As the sun sets, herds return, and the family gathers in the yurt for warmth, stories, and laughter. Children play, their joy filling the small space. It's a life of hard work, but also deep contentment and connection. The daily rhythm is simple, beautiful, and perfectly in tune with nature. Here, every task has meaning, every moment a purpose. This is life lived with intention, guided by the seasons and the needs of the herd. In Kyrgyz nomad culture, sharing a meal is an act of profound hospitality. Food is simple and hearty, meat and dairy from their own herds, bread baked by hand. The national dish, beshbarmak, is eaten with the hands, a sign of friendship and acceptance. Meals are shared on the floor of the yurt, gathered around a low table called a dastakhan. There's always fresh bread, cream, jams from mountain berries and endless cups of tea, the drink of welcome. Kymiz, the tangy fermented mare's milk, is offered to every guest, a taste of the nomadic spirit. Every ingredient tells a story of the land, nothing is wasted. The food is honest, nourishing, and deeply connected to the mountains. But it's the spirit of generosity that lingers most. Families with little share everything with open hearts. Eating together breaks down barriers and creates true community. Here, hospitality is a way of life, and every meal feeds both body and soul. The act of sharing food is a celebration of connection. In this world, generosity is the greatest wealth. Kyrgyz nomad culture is a living tapestry of ancient traditions, music, and epic stories. The Epic of Manas, recited by Manaski storytellers, keeps heroic legends alive. Music fills the mountains. The komuz, a three-stringed lute, tells tales of joy and hardship. I listen to a komuz player at sunset, the music weaving together past and present. Horseback games like cockbaroo test strength and skill, forging bonds between riders and horses. These traditions are passed from elders to children. Songs, stories, and games that shape identity. Children learn to ride almost before they can walk, growing up with respect for their heritage. In a rapidly changing world, the Kyrgyz fight to preserve their culture. Their traditions are a testament to resilience and the enduring human spirit. Witnessing these customs was a privilege, a glimpse into a world where the past is alive in every day. Here, tradition is not just remembered but lived. In the high mountains, a few Kyrgyz men practice ancient falconry, hunting with golden eagles. These berkutchi form a deep spiritual bond with their birds, raising them from youth as family. I met an old berkutchi and his eagle, majestic, powerful, and intensely connected. The eagle is not a pet but a wild partner, choosing to work alongside its human. This tradition is rare, a living link to a time of harmony with nature. Kyrgyz spirituality blends Islam with ancient beliefs. Mountains, rivers, and trees are alive with spirits. Ancestors are honored as guardians, their presence felt in daily rituals and offerings. The land is sacred, to be cherished and preserved for future generations. This worldview shapes every aspect of life on the Jailu. Here, people are not just living on the land, they are part of it. Eagles in the sky and ancestors in the mountains are constant companions. The most powerful experience in Kyrgyzstan was the silence of the mountains. Far from the noise of modern life, the silence here is vast and profound. It lets you hear the wind in the grass, the cry of a distant bird, your own heartbeat. This silence clears the mind and calms the soul, bringing a peace rarely found elsewhere. Hours spent watching clouds drift across the sky put life's worries in perspective. The mountains have seen empires rise and fall. Our problems seem small in their shadow. In this quiet, conversations become more meaningful. Sometimes no words are needed at all. Sharing tea in silence, a smile or a nod, creates bonds deeper than language. Leaving this silence was the hardest part. Returning to the city's chaos felt jarring. But I carry that silence with me, a reminder to seek quiet places in the world and within myself. The mountains gave me the gift of silence, a sound that speaks of what truly matters. It's a lesson in slowing down, listening, and connecting more deeply. In the end, silence says more than words ever could. My journey through Kyrgyzstan was more than an adventure. It was a lesson in being human. The nomads taught me about resilience, community, and living in harmony with nature. Their wealth is not material but found in family, culture, and connection to the land. I learned the true meaning of hospitality, kindness given freely, without expectation. The bonds formed over shared meals and stories are the most valuable treasures. This journey deepened my respect for nature and the wisdom of sustainable living. Yet this way of life is fragile, threatened by change and modern pressures. We must support and protect these cultures and wild places. As I left the Celestial Mountains, I felt both sadness and gratitude. The lessons of the Jailu changed my perspective, reminding me of the power of simplicity and connection. The story of the Kyrgyz nomads is one of hope and resilience, a story that must be told. It's a journey I hope others will take, for it leads us back to what matters most.